Happy Thanksgiving, dog nerds. Today, we are going to talk to you about some safe Thanksgiving food for your dogs and a few unsafe things.
Yeah, so some things that you may think are harmless could be very detrimental if you were to feed them to your dog.
Yeah, or if you're just careless and say you set an alcoholic drink down on the table and your dog decides to take a sip. So, without further ado, let's look at our list. And Dansby and Strider are going to help us
Demonstrate.
these healthy Thanksgiving foods for dogs. So, let's start with green beans, just some steamed green beans.
Yeah, so green beans, not grandma's green bean casserole.
Nope, that needs to stay on your dining table and not in your dog's bowl or on their Thanksgiving plate. Sweet potatoes or mashed white potatoes.
Yeah, as long as they don't have a ton of butter or any butter and salt in them.
No butter, no salt, no gravy, just feed them plain.
Correct.
So pumpkin, they can have cooked pumpkin. We like to go with the canned version, organic, of course.
Yeah, so you can purchase that. It's usually in the pie section of your grocery store. Check your local grocery store, but usually all grocery stores have canned pumpkin. And another thing about canned pumpkin, if your puppy is having a little upset stomach or something of that nature, it seems to help.
Yeah, and don't give them too much pumpkin because it can have a little too much fiber, if you know what I mean. So turkey, we are going to demonstrate with some ground turkey because that's what we could find without having to buy a whole big bird because we're filming this before Thanksgiving. So just plain old turkey.
Yeah, so turkey's great. You want to be careful about the skin or any of the salts or if you heavy butter pieces. But typically, if you just take the skin off and give them some turkey breast or some thigh meat, they'll be totally in heaven.
Yeah, give them the white meat. Apples. So apple slices, some apples, no seeds, no core, just a little bit of apple. They love it.
Yeah, apple seeds are very bad. So there's actually a chemical inside apple seed that
Do you know what it is?
it's arsenic.
Yeah.
So you need to be very, very careful when you're handing your dog apples, or if you think, oh, I'll just throw the core down there, it could be very, very detrimental.
Yeah, do not do that. And so a couple of things. So there's plenty of human foods that dogs can have, but we're doing the Thanksgiving version. So we'll do a longer show another time. There's also plenty of human foods that dogs cannot have. And we're just going to kind of stick to Thanksgiving here. So like any of the turkey seasoning, like turkey with seasoning, or the bones, the cooked bones, keep those away from your dogs.
Yeah, those bones will splinter and they can tear their insides up pretty bad. So, and you'll end up in the emergency vet on Thanksgiving or Black Friday.
Yeah. Stuffing. Usually it's going to have onion and a lot of spices in it. Stay away from that.
Or if you're from where I'm from, dressing. Same thing. Don't feed that to your dogs.
Onions, no good. Anything with gravy on it, no good. Too rich for their bellies.
Yeah, pretty much. Gravy is it tastes good to us for a reason, but it's filled with things that dogs should not have.
Yeah. And then we talked about alcohol. So let's talk about sweets. You definitely want to keep the sugars and the sweets away from your dogs. Don't let them lick your dessert plate. Of course, chocolate. But what is the big thing that we think about too with anytime we talk about what not to feed your dog, we're going to talk about this.
So artificial sweeteners, xylitol is deadly, deadly, deadly. So, but any artificial sweeteners, any sweeteners that you're not certain about, just don't give them to your dog. And dogs process through their livers insulin a little bit different than us. And so too much sweets can be pretty detrimental, and it may not, too much sweets like sugar may not kill them, but it could possibly give them a very bad time.
Yeah, they could get pancreatitis, all sorts of things. But we almost lost Finley to xylitol, which is a sugar alcohol in sugar-free foods. So be very aware of that as well. Put your purses up on tables if you have dogs that like to go in purses and look for chewing gum and things like that. That might be sugar free. And, honestly, when it comes to sweets, a little bit of apple or some sweet potato is like gold to them. That's as sweet as they need. That's really sweet. So just give us a list of anything you would like to include on this. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's celebrating. And we hope you and your loved ones and your furry family members have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Until next time, folks. Bye.
Bye.